Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique. We're taking a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, give my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I'm very excited to be checking out Hand-To-Hand Wombat from Exploding Kittens, but I actually need to back up because I have no idea where this is going to be on the popularity chart. Now, when I created this Kickstarter, I thought that this was going to do gangbusters. I really did. It's got the Exploding Kittens pedigree. The main image has a very interesting image. It looks like some social deduction. Okay, so it is number one. It's number one with a bullet, hand-to-hand wombat with a $106,000 raise in the last hour or two. A game of teamwork, towers, and troublemakers from Exploding Kittens. So, I'm intrigued by the main image. I'd like to know a price. But I do think they did their job here, which was to mention Exploding Kittens. Let's go, Sean. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's what's going to get people interested. Even if you're not interested in the project because it's from Exploding Kittens, if you've heard about Exploding Kittens, you know they do things in a very unique, weird sort of way. It's really cool. When they go to Gen Con, they got like this giant vending machine where it pops out like watermelons and husks of corn and like valuables and lamps and all sorts of crazy things. So they just do things different. So I'm excited to check out the Kickstarter. 30 days left to go. As always, when you go in the video, I'm thinking three things. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Let's go.
Hello, I'm Matthew Inman, also known as The Oatmeal, and this is a Lawn Lead. We're the creators of Exploding Kittens and Throw Burrito, and I'm here today to tell you about our new game, Hand-to-Hand Wombat. Here's how it works. You're all given a secret identity, either a good wombat or a bad wombat. Then you scatter a bunch of bricks in front of everyone. Everyone closes their eyes, and the good wombats build towers by stacking bricks together. The bad wombats try to wreck those towers by stealing pieces, removing them, rearranging their order, or just generally causing chaos. Again, everyone has their eyes closed, even the bad wombats. After a minute, everyone opens their eyes and discusses, argues, yells, and eventually votes on who they suspect is a bad wombat. After a few rounds, the good...
Okay, I like this. I love this video. In the first 10 seconds, you give me more of the pedigree. Hey, we did this. I'm from the Oatmeal. We made games. Feel comfortable. Even if you don't know Exploding Kittens, we've done stuff. And then the basic premise of the game, they've taught me the game in 30 seconds. In less than 30 seconds, I have an idea of how I play. And I already have an idea of how fun this would be. It just sounds like a fun game.
wombats must complete the towers before too many of their teammates are eliminated. Otherwise, the bad wombats win. And because
so every round somebody gets voted out, kind of like Werewolf almost.
Their eyes closed. The game is almost as much fun to watch as it is to play, because you're witnessing in real time this hilarious ecosystem of people trying to work together, but one of them is...
And that's I love the fact they mentioned that, because Werewolf immediately comes to my mind, and I would strongly agree that if you're playing a big game of Werewolf with a lot of people, you're invested in that game. Tons of people will sit around and watch a game of Werewolf as it's ending because it's just, you get to see... I mean, why do we watch reality TV? That's essentially what a werewolf game is. I think as counterpoint, I think this might be the dumbest game ever, said Darth Ed. This definitely feels more like a Target game and less like a Board Game Geek game, which coincidentally, I gotta say to the Exploding Kittens people, get your ass on Board Game Geek. I know that there's going to be a large section of the board game crowd that kind of poo-poos their nose at a game like this, and that's fine. But there's also going to be a really large crowd who's like, wait, that sounds really fun. And so just putting it on there, it's a dexterity game, it's a social deduction game, it's a no being able to see game, which there's very few of. Cryptophobia comes to my mind. I love the concept itself. Team 3, spectacular game where one person can't see. So I think, get this on Board Game Geek. I'd highly recommend that because I think people would be interested. This looks like a game night filler style game. Like, I'm in.
happily screwing everything up and then lying about it later. Exploding Kittens was born here on Kickstarter 7 years ago, and since then we've been on a quest. That quest originally was to make entertaining games, but has changed since then. It has evolved. We don't just make entertaining games anymore. We make games that make the people you're playing with entertaining. Hand-to-Hand Wombat accomplishes that beautifully. It's both kinetic and social, meaning you use both your hands and your brain. It's kind of like thumb wrestling followed by mind wrestling. And as we kept tinkering with it, it evolved into a social deduction game for people who aren't into social deduction games, because it gets everybody moving and laughing. And lastly, we're putting this game on Kickstarter because we want you, our lovely backers, to get involved and help build it with us. We've got a big ol' wombat-sized buttload of stretch goals and crowd-driven weirdness headed your way. So if you're
Yes! 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 You got the stuff mentioned in the video. I'm here. I'm watching it. And now I'm excited to get to the Kickstarter page to see the stretch goals and because I remember for Exploding Kittens, I remember singing a Brian McKnight song with an afro wig. They had all sorts of crazy competitions and stuff. Like, they know how to get the people to the page. I'm excited for this page.
into collaboration, chaos, benevolence, betrayal, building things, or breaking other people's things, please back our Kickstarter. Thank you. We love you. Goodbye.
And then look at that. Look at that. The box.
Hello, I'm Matthew.
No,
We love you. Goodbye.
Box shot at the end. Rough estimate of what I'm getting here. All right. I thought that was a banger of a video. I think if you're not in, you're not in. I mean, you'll know. But the bottom line is they didn't waste your time. You knew in the first 36 seconds whether or not you were in on this game or not. Which, you can't say that about every game. So, I thought like that was a fantastic video. Exploding Kittens, 4 created, 535 back. Go you. Go you. I was expecting 4 created, like 2 back. Do you ever see those? Bears versus Babies, Throw Burrito. All these are out. I'm pretty sure you can buy this at Target. So yes, can you do it? I feel very comfortable with that. I agree that more videos need to mention stretch goals. Yeah, it's like you got to see it. Like if you're going to back the, like even if you don't back the project, you're like, well, I wonder what they could be. Hand-to-hand combat, everyone closes their eyes. A new game for the creators of Exploding. Hi there, we're the creators of Exploding Kittens. We're happy to announce our new game, Hand-to-Hand Wombat, to play. Okay, so if I've watched the video, I already know this stuff. You're all given a secret identity, how it works. So what do I want right now? Do I want it? Yes, I'm convinced. I was convinced as soon as I saw the video. Can you do it? Yes, I was convinced by the marquee as soon as I saw Exploding Kittens, and I see that at Target. I knew we were good. Like, how much is it? That's the only thing we need. I feel like we're beating around the bush here. Just hit me with the price, because I imagine that this game will probably also see its way onto a retail shelf. I mean, I'm not a mind reader, but I suspect that it's going to happen, which means that this is probably going to have a very, very large print run, and I imagine you are going to get put the value. So I imagine we're going to have a great price here. Just get to it. Don't beat around the bush. Also, I wish I had a better feel for the size of these components as well. But that's a nitpick. 3 to 6 players, ages 7 plus, 15 plus, party game. So here's the other thing. So I want to go back to that main image, and I know you were leaning very heavily on, the fact you're Exploding Kittens, which it is what it is. But I think somewhere in the brick up here, hit me with the 3 to 6 players, ages 7 plus, 15 minutes, party game. Because here's the bottom line. It's great that they pledged on so many other projects. That is. Looks like a Ticket to Ride size box. I think that's, about that. Maybe I think it's maybe a little bit smaller, actually. I'm not, but once again, we're not sure. That's good to know. But this right here, I think it should be on the marquee, ages 7 plus, because even if this is even if I'm like, oh, I don't like Exploding Kittens, because there's a lot of people that are in the board game hobby that are like, I'm not the biggest fan of Exploding Kittens because they're just not a fan. But when I see ages 7 plus, that immediately tells me that okay, while I might not have liked Exploding Kittens, a lot of people did like it, but now they're making a family game that I can play with my kids. Now I'm getting a whole different vibe here. So I think mentioning that ages 7 plus in the marquee, 3 to 6 players, 15-minute filler weight game, I think this is the kind of thing that definitely, I think it could spruce this up a little bit. Because right now it looks like, are you playing in a prison? It looks like if you told me you were playing that in a prison, you shot that in a prison, I wouldn't be shocked. So it's not like you're banking on your backdrop being spectacular. There's a gameplay video at the bottom. Box is shown smaller than Ticket to Ride. Okay. Thank you, Kevin. On it. All right, oh, rewards. Yeah, $22. But that's the retail. That's not what you're going to want. Let's be honest. That's for the Target plebes. Okay? You're going to want the $40. Whoa. Oh, but this is a fancy version. So we're going to want the $40. So the $22, the retail edition. I wish this showed the components. I wish this, this is neat, and I like how clean and clear it is. This one's better than this one's better than this one. But I want to see the components. Hopefully we get, and we're getting down that right now. Okay. $40, one copy of the retail version of Hand-to-Hand Combat, one golden wombat carrying case. Wait, is that a fanny pack? Are you getting a fanny pack full of stretch goals? No, you're not. You're giving us a fanny pack full of stretch goals. Are you kidding me? That's amazing. I want that fanny pack. I made this edition, and because fanny packs are expensive, that's like 50. That's some value. If that's actually a fanny pack, I just bought a fanny pack last year. Fantastic fanny pack. It looks, oh yeah, fanny pack. See, and that's why you always want to look at the stretch goals too. Like, they could be awesome. The I made this edition includes everything from the fanny pack plus the Untold Size plus the Wombat Adventure book. So we're getting a book. And I do like how clean and clear this is. I will give them props for that. I don't know the components yet, but I have a very good idea of what I'm getting for each of these. The Prototype Edition includes everything plus a prototype version of the game. Okay. As someone who has been sent quite literally hundreds of prototypes before to his house, I can tell you it's not nearly as glamorous as it sounds. But I bet you it actually is, because I bet it's going to be like one of those secret Hitler prototypes I think they gave away, where it's like, I don't know. Anywho, what you get? $22. 18 stack of bricks, 3 tower spindles, original edition game cards, score cards. I'd like to know how much of these there are. I also still don't really have an idea of the size of these. That'd be nice if you told me in inches how tall it was. And centimeters even as well. Comic from the Oatmeal. Oh, cool. You get a comic? Okay. The golden, and that's great cross promotion. I don't have an issue with that. Plus, here we go, the golden wombat pouch, carrying case, and I like the fact like they're really making this up. Like, I want this $40 version, and I don't even know what's in it. I know nothing except there's a fanny pack, but like you're showing gold coming out of the fanny pack. Like, this is how you sell a Kickstarter pledge level. Like, bam. All right, so what value do we need to make up? $18. All right, so I'm pretty much almost sold on the $18 upcharge just from the fanny pack, even though I would like a picture of it, like a real one. An electronic timer, plus all unlocked stretch goals, but you're pretty much telling me what they are. Mask of some sort. You're giving me hints. You're giving me tips. We got some cards. What is this? Is this a block? Oh, my. I like this. So I'm even more excited about the stretch goal area. Like, this is great. The I Made This edition... plus a beautifully crafted and bound Wombat Adventure book, plus the Wombat Keychain of Untold Size. What? The Wombat Keychain of Untold Size will get bigger and bigger each time we reach a stretch goal. Okay. I want to walk you through it. I try to be a positive person. I try not to mock like pledge levels that I personally just don't like, but I don't think are going to be popular. I was going out of my way not to mock this one. And by the end of it, I was like, I now kind of want this. Not from the book. I don't give a damn about the book. But I want this keychain. Like, this is... Like, I want to know how big this keychain gets, because I assume this is going to hit stretch goals. Like, once people see this, oh, man. I wonder how big it could get. I want to know! The Prototype Edition. The Prototype Edition does get you that thing. A limited edition prototype includes 3 prototypes, so the prototype will be... Okay, cool. Shipping and look at that. Oh my goodness, Exploding Kittens gets it. What's your boy been saying? Why not put the shipping right underneath them prices in the add-ons? Why not? Why not just do that? And they were like, yeah, why not we just do that? Why not we just have a nice, clean, cohesive shopping area? And look at there. In and out. I'm $48 for the version I want. I'm ready to back. I mean, I want to see stretch goals. Hopefully they move the stretch goals higher, so that's an even more fun ride as you get to it. But yeah, and I'm going to guess the VAT. Is the VAT covered? Shipping costs above our ship. We committed to keeping... Where's the VAT? We need information about the VAT. I'm going to assume VAT's not covered, and if it is, it needs to be spotlighted, and you need to pound your chest on this. I'm assuming they have some good shipping logistics in place, but that is something that needs to be covered. Just completely not mentioning the VAT at all. That is a full half-point grade drop right there. Put that back in my brain, because that's like great for everybody in the United States of America, but the rest of the world, like, am I paying the VAT? That's a huge portion of this. Am I the one who's skied by all the hand touching and reusing of eye masks in the pandemic era? You are not, Darth. That is not something that I personally care about, but I know a lot of people who do. And yeah, okay, so that's about the size of the box, and great. I'm glad that picture's there. I actually have a little bit more firm grasp of the box. All right, cool. Playthrough... Overview, interview, create. I just like a how to play video. That'd be swell. We started working with Designer Core, and so we're talking about stuff in the game. But here's the bottom line. Do I need anything else? The 3 questions you always got to answer. Do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Do I want it? Yeah, I did. Video, done. Can you do it? Yeah. Marquee, done. How much is it? price is reasonable, and you got me excited about the fanny pack, not to mention all the different stretch goals. And I'm even secretly contemplating giving you $100 for a freaking book, but mostly just for that really cool keychain, which I think is smart not to add as an add-on. Because I think if you added it as an add-on, I think a lot of people would just get that as an add-on and not get the book. Let me know what you think about that one. All right, about us. We are Exploding Kittens stuff. We're people. We got stuff. We got things. Click on this jalop. Ugh. I will say, though, this is the best looking jalop product I've seen. Ever. Wait, no it's not. Okay, so here's the thing. Have we hit any stretch goals? How do we hit stretch goals? So now I have questions. I feel like, as a board gamer, I'm like, I read the rules, but I still have to go back to the rule booklet to consult it, and now that's kind of how I feel. So how did we get these stretch goals? Are you going to make me wait till the updates to get that information? Because we're funded. We got $100,000. We are 11 times overfunded. Do we have stretch goals? Have we hit stretch goals? And this is not the kind of thing Jalop's going to be on. Because, I mean, I hate Jalop. I hate Jalop more than any person in the entire world because most people don't care about Jalop. I was talking to my wife about that. So I am excited about the stretch goals. I don't know how we're going to hit them. Also, you mentioned social stretch goals, and then you don't mention them at all anywhere in here. Like, I'm actually disappointed right now. I was excited for your stretch goal area and learning about social stretch goals and how I could get involved and get engaged, along with not having just a how to play video. But that's another half-point grade drop there. Like, I was excited for the stretch goal area, and then I was like, this is cool. You're alluding to things, but when do we hit them? How do we hit them? Are they already in the game? Because now I'm kind of getting the feeling that this stuff is already in the game. And then eventually, if we hit like a certain number, we're going to get real stretch goals. But anywho, let's check out the pledge level, see what we got. Retail edition, 165. Nobody wants that. Shh, get out of here. $12.57 for the Golden Wombat. Yeah. I feel like that's a very reasonable price for what I'm getting there. I still take a picture of the fanny pack, but whatevers. This one just launched today, like within a few hours. I bet it will be coming with the first update. Yes, I agree. It will be coming with the first update because Jalop is not doing the updates. But is Jalop going to get in here and update the campaign? I would get on that and the positioning of it. And the fact, like, think of all the Kickstarters you see on a given week. How many of them have stretch goals, but then they don't tell you when you hit the stretch goals? Or they have social stretch goals, but they don't tell you how you hit those social stretch goals. Those are the kind of things that should be there day one. Like, day one. Like, I'm going to keep pounding my chest. I think Jalop does a crap job. I really do. They're getting better. They're improving. But it's like, can you think of another project where you've ever seen that? Where it's like, I've seen some where they don't tell you what the next stretch goal is, but it's like it's just so weird to me that's because that's one of the most exciting areas. But Jalop doesn't care about exciting. Jalop has a pattern. They do it a certain way. They do it the way, and they're very popular. I hope they had rules against people holding tower. It sucks in that gameplay video. Ruins everything. We could have hit the 6-figure mark. Time to break out the stretch goals. Is there any possibility to have a picture of all the cards to check the text in English and see if it would be possible for my daughter to play it? Yes, this is what so that is one more thing. I wanted to look at the cards. I wanted to look at the information. I don't feel like we got... Yeah, because I still don't even have like a great idea of how large these are without going to one of the videos. I'm sure if I went to one of the videos, I'd get that. So I guess that is more of a minor nitpick. Continuing forward to the comments. Wasn't up for the first 5 hours of Marvel Zombicide until it was well over 3 million. None were posted. What the hell? Oh. I betcha this is how companies can save their ass a little bit. Because we've all seen the projects where it like launches off and they're clearly not prepared for it. And so it'll be like 110,000, you get this, 130,000, you get this, 150,000, you get this, 170,000, you get this, 400,000, you get this. We've all seen those. And I guess if you're not sure how big something is going to be, you don't want to reveal too much in the first place. But by doing that, it kind of just, it's just stripping away a little bit more of the facade that Kickstarters where dreams come true. Like, do we really all believe the people behind the oatmeal and Exploding Kittens, which sold, I think they said like 7 million copies or 5 million, or hell, if it's 1 million, it's still an insane amount. They have absolutely no need for Kickstarter in any way, shape, or form. They are using this as a launching off platform. But by doing that, it makes it much harder for all the other people who just want to have their dreams become reality. And I think by not actually doing this, and Simon, guilty of the same thing, it's kind of just stripping away the the dreams come true on Kickstarter thing, just in the littlest, tiniest ways. It's so weird to me, Kickstarter. It's just it's odd ecosystem inside of our board game hobby. Is there any possibility to have pictures of all the cards? Yes, I agree. How about Joker tiles? Even the size doesn't match the building. I'm still valid. Okay, so they're giving out ideas. Could we have 2-player variant rules? Currently, the game is for 3 to 6 participants. Currently, the game is for 3 to 6 participants. Yes, we understand this, but are you planning on something? But I will say they're in here responding to stuff. Nope. Yeah, okay, cool. So, final thoughts on this one. Do I want it? Yes. Can they do it? Yes. Absolutely feel comfortable with both those lock, stock, and 2 smoking barrels. I have no doubt in my mind after the first 30 seconds I thought this game was going to be fun. I was laughing at the thought of how much fun I was going to have playing this with my family and with my buddy Brandon, who's going to be so mad at this game. I totally agree. I think the ecosystem, unfortunately, is just maturing. It is. It's becoming less of a mom and pop and more of a Walmart. And, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing for the hobby, because there's things that are evolving. I mean, Gamecrafter's doing a whole bunch of stuff. It's all weird. It's okay. But anyway, that's a whole different video. How much is it? Price, rock solid. Shipping area was very well done, and as long as you're in the United States, if you might have VAT, will get bent. Not even covered in the FAQ. So that one, definitely get on the FAQ. Mention that. That needs to be known. Oh, maybe it's covered in this area. Maybe it's covered in this area. Double check these. So you are going to get jacked by the VAT. Okay, you're going to get jacked by the VAT. Mention that in the shipping area. Let's check out the community and give it a grade. US 1400, Canada 168, UK. Okay, and still 18 to 1 returning backers. So final grade on this one. I think it's a very high grade because I had all the information I needed really fast. I wanted the game immediately. I knew I felt comfortable. The price was solid. So that's leading towards like an A. But not having stretch goals, not having the VAT for the people outside of the USA, like in there, and you do mention it's going to be in the past. Okay, I'm going to go with a B plus on this one. I think it's a jalop away from an A, maybe even an A plus, but B plus. But let me know in the comments below. What is your grade for this one? And remember, don't grade the game, because this game is very divisive. You might think this game is an F or an A plus. I don't think there's a lot of wiggle room there. But then on the actual Kickstarter page, let me know what your grade is. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye bye. That's the wrong one. Bye bye. That's the one I click on, and then I say bye bye, and then I click this.